So welcome to this episode of Cooking with Jake. Today we are going to be cold smoking some cheese, which is a very addictive habit because it is fun, easy, and fairly inexpensive to get started doing. So what do you need to get started in cold smoking cheese? Not a lot. Obviously, I have a smoker. You don't need a smoker though. It's just set up perfectly for this. You can use an old grill. You can rig some sort of other contraption. But what you actually need is this. So you definitely need some sort of smoke tube to hold these pellets. Fairly inexpensive, Amazon. You could probably get one for like 10 bucks, I believe. You also definitely need some sort of torch to light the pellets in the smoke tube. Which leads us to, you need pellets. These are just straight up apple. I bought these in bulk years ago when they went on sale, and I've been using them since, still have plenty. So you need pellets, you need a smoke tube, you need some sort of torch. That's really, besides the cheese, all you need to do this. You'll see having a smoker is great because again, it's set up for it. I also highly recommend, as you'll see at the end, having a vacuum sealer, but don't need it. You could probably get around it. So with that being said, let's set these aside and bring out the cheese. Today I'm going to be doing like 3 different levels of this, if you will. We're going to just have our regular old Gouda cheese, Walmart brand, 8 ounce, what costs like $2. It does lead me to tip number 1 though. I learned this from the forums when I started doing this. I've been doing this about 2 years. I'm no expert, but I've got enough under my belt. When you're doing these 8 ounce blocks, especially when you're starting out and you're not doing it in bulk and selling it and giving it away to everybody, I'm gonna cut this in half, have 2 4 ounce pieces of this Gouda cheese. Because 1, you get more surface area for the smoke. 2, you can experiment more. Maybe you can do 1 normal and 1, coated in cracked black pepper. And 3, you just, you have more than to try. You can give 1 away, keep 1, you can only get a 4 ounce portion out. For dinner, you don't need to get the whole block out and think you need to eat it. So we're gonna cut that one in half, just do some nice old smoked Gouda. I do have this Black Creek ghost pepper cheddar cheese, so a little bit more of an artisan brand we're gonna smoke with the same apple pellets. Just a step up, and then as a third step, I'm gonna do this wedge of blue cheese, but I'm going to actually coat this in a seasoning. So you just wanna use like a little bit, once you get to this level of messing around, minimal amount of like a neutral oil, just enough for a binder, and then you can coat whatever seasoning, cracked black pepper's good, cayenne pepper powder. I've seen somebody do Swiss cheese with Old Bay, but I'm gonna do, I can't reach it, but I am going to do this with a Nashville hot seasoning powder. I was gonna do buffalo, but I decided to step it up a bit, so it's gonna be a smoked buffalo blue cheese sort of, but I'm gonna do the Nashville, step up the heat a little bit. So let's see what that looks like. So as you see, I decided to cut the ghost pepper cheddar in half diagonally as well, just to get 2 portions out of that. And you ever just do something, you've never done it before, but you know it's gonna be a great idea? This blue cheese is gonna be awesome. So let's go out to the smoker, shall we? All right, so here's our smoker. We're gonna get it set up. Don't judge me on how dirty it is. It's too far gone, but when I get a new one, I will keep better care of that one. We do not need the middle and bottom trays. I have my smoke tube filled up about 2/3, maybe 3/4 of the way, probably a little more than I need. Just like you'd put water in this bottom tray, we're gonna put in ice because this is gonna create a little bit of heat, even though we're not turning this on. And we don't wanna be cooking the cheese, we don't wanna be melting the cheese. Put that right in there. Get our cheese nice and separated up top, just so there's plenty of air to go around. And then we're gonna go not at the top or the bottom, but somewhere in the middle here. We're gonna get these pellets going. So my tip number 2 would be go as long as you think you need to go, and then go longer, because there's nothing worse than coming back in an hour to check on this and you have no smoke and you're starting over. So we want to make sure we get it nice. That's looking pretty good. This off. I do have the vent open up here the whole way, but I do like to let this breathe a little bit with the door open just before we shut it to make sure we are going to get smoke. I think we're okay. We'll shut the door. And then I just pop around the back here to the vent. And if within the first 10 seconds we see smoke starting to come out, which we are, we're most likely good. So yeah, I'm just going to check the clock and come back in about 3 hours and check on these bad boys. So it's been about 3 hours. Open it up, kind of running out of smoke anyway, but look at that cheese, looking good. So we're just gonna get this out. See, we got a little grill marks. It got a little warm, but that's fine. It didn't start melting over the grates or anything. That's perfectly fine. All right, ghost pepper and that blue cheese. Oh yeah. So what we're gonna do now is just wrap each one of these in parchment paper and put them in the fridge overnight. We'll vacuum seal them tomorrow. All right, so we'll let them rest up. That leads me to my third and probably final tip of this video. If you think you're gonna enjoy this, go balls to the wall all winter, because you can't really do this in the summer. We got a high like 39 Fahrenheit today, and it was almost too warm for that. So you can only do it during a part of the year, at least here in Southwest PA. So make sure you experiment and do everything you can in the winter. If you do this properly, I mean, they'll be good in the fridge for a year or longer. They don't last that long though. But we'll vacuum these up tomorrow, wrap up the video. So now these have been wrapped and rested in the fridge overnight. The last step is to just seal them up good. I highly recommend getting a vacuum sealer. But if you don't, I'm sure you could manage with Ziploc bags. Just make sure you get all the air out, because they smell great now, but they're not gonna be edible for now. We're gonna seal them up 2 weeks minimum in the fridge now. Preferably probably like a month if you can hold off that long. But if you do everything right, they'll literally last a year or longer easily. So we're gonna get them sealed up. I'm gonna label mine so I remember what it is and what date I did it. And about a month from now, we're gonna be eating some delicious cheese. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I recommend you give this a try if you can. Thanks for watching.